Napoleon Bonaparte, a towering figure in history, was a French military and political leader whose life and legacy have left an indelible mark on the world. Born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica, a French-ruled island in the Mediterranean, Napoleon's journey from a young military student to becoming the Emperor of France is a tale of ambition, brilliance, and controversy. The Bonaparte family, of Italian descent, moved to France when Napoleon was still a young boy. His father's death in 1785 left the family in financial hardship, but this did not deter young Napoleon from pursuing a military career. In 1784, at the age of 15, he entered the École Militaire in Paris, an elite military academy where he received a rigorous education in military strategy, history, and mathematics. Upon graduating in 1785, Napoleon was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the French artillery. Despite his Corsican background and a noticeable accent, he quickly proved himself as a skilled and innovative officer, earning the respect of his superiors and peers. The French Revolution, which erupted in 1789, would provide the stage for Napoleon's meteoric rise. In 1793, France declared war on several European monarchies, and the Revolutionary Wars began. Napoleon's early military exploits came in the Italian campaigns, where he demonstrated his tactical acumen and ability to inspire his troops. His successes in Italy garnered attention, and by 1796, he was appointed to lead the French army in Italy. The Italian campaign proved to be a turning point for Napoleon. He won a series of decisive victories against the Austrian and Italian forces, gaining significant territorial gains for France. These military triumphs elevated Napoleon's status, and his image as a victorious general began to capture the imagination of the French people. In 1799, France faced internal turmoil and political instability. Napoleon, recognizing an opportunity to consolidate power, orchestrated a coup d'état on November 9, 1799, 18 Brumaire, according to the French Revolutionary calendar. As a result, he assumed the role of the first consul of the French Republic, effectively becoming the de facto ruler of France. As first consul, Napoleon embarked on a mission to stabilize the country and rebuild its economy, which had been ravaged by years of war and revolution. His government initiated a series of reforms known as the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive set of laws that aimed to establish legal equality, protect individual rights, and promote a merit-based society. The code abolished feudal privileges, provided religious tolerance, and guaranteed the right to property, principles that would have a profound impact on modern legal systems across the globe. Napoleon's ambitions, however, extended beyond France's borders. He dreamed of expanding French influence throughout Europe and creating a vast empire. In 1804, he took a momentous step, declaring himself Emperor Napoleon I of the French. This act marked a shift from the principles of the French Revolution, as Napoleon assumed a more monarchical and authoritarian role. Nevertheless, his charisma and accomplishments endeared him to the French people, who saw him as a symbol of national pride and strength. Emboldened by his new imperial title, Napoleon set his sights on territorial expansion. His military campaigns, known as the Napoleonic Wars, reshaped the political landscape of Europe. In 1805, he scored a resounding victory against the combined forces of Austria and Russia at the Battle of Austerlitz, solidifying his position as a military genius. By 1807, he had defeated Prussia and established French hegemony over much of continental Europe. However, not all of Napoleon's military endeavors were successful. In 1808, he embarked on the Peninsular War, a protracted and bloody conflict against Spain and Portugal. The Spanish resistance, along with the harsh terrain, proved to be formidable challenges for the French forces. The prolonged conflict weakened Napoleon's grip on the Iberian Peninsula and tied down a significant portion of his army. In 1812, Napoleon's most ambitious campaign unfolded, the invasion of Russia. With a massive army of over 600,000 soldiers, he sought to conquer the Russian Empire under Tsar Alexander I. The campaign began promisingly, with the French forces advancing deep into Russian territory. However, the Russians employed a scorched earth strategy, retreating and destroying everything in their path to deny Napoleon's army vital supplies. As the brutal Russian winter set in, the Grande Army faced severe logistical difficulties and suffered devastating casualties. The catastrophic retreat from Russia in 1812 became a turning point in Napoleon's fortunes, weakening his military might and emboldening his adversaries. In the following years, a coalition of European powers, alarmed by Napoleon's expansionism, formed against him. The Sixth Coalition, comprising Britain, Russia, Austria, and Sweden, sought to halt Napoleon's dominance and restore a balance of power in Europe. In 1813, they dealt Napoleon a series of defeats in Germany, culminating in the Battle of Leipzig, also known as the Battle of Nations. The French forces were decisively defeated, and Napoleon was forced to abdicate in April 1814. Exiled to the island of Elba in the Mediterranean, Napoleon's reign seemed to have come to an end. However, the lure of power and the desire to regain his former glory led him to escape from Elba in March 1815, returning to France in what became known as the 100 Days. The French people welcomed him back with open arms, and he quickly re-established himself as emperor, though his second reign would be short-lived. The European powers swiftly assembled once more, and at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815, Napoleon suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of the British and Prussian forces under the command of the Duke of Wellington and Field Marshal Blücher, respectively. With this defeat, Napoleon's final bid for power crumbled, and he was once again forced to abdicate. This time, the victorious Allies were determined to prevent any future escape. They exiled Napoleon to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he would spend the last 6 years of his life in isolation and seclusion. Though initially under strict surveillance, his conditions eventually improved, allowing him to enjoy intellectual pursuits and maintain correspondence with friends and supporters. Napoleon passed away on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51, officially attributed to stomach cancer. His body was buried on St. Helena but later repatriated to France in 1840, where it now rests in Les Invalides in Paris. The legacy of Napoleon Bonaparte remains a subject of debate among historians and scholars. Some view him as a military genius and visionary leader who brought order and stability to France, paving the way for modernization and progress. Others criticize his autocratic tendencies and costly military campaigns, which caused immense suffering and loss of life across Europe. Nonetheless, Napoleon's impact on the world is undeniable. His legal reforms, the Napoleonic Code, have had a lasting influence on legal systems worldwide, promoting concepts of equality, individual rights, and secular governance. His military strategies and tactics continue to be studied and analyzed in military academies around the globe. Above all, Napoleon's life serves as a reminder of the heights to which human ambition can ascend and the consequences that can follow. He embodied the complexities of human nature, ambition and determination juxtaposed with the pursuit of power and the inherent fragility of success. Napoleon Bonaparte remains an enduring figure in history, an enigma whose legacy continues to fascinate and captivate generations. Napoleon Bonaparte's life serves as a reminder of the heights to which human ambition can ascend and the consequences that can follow. He embodied the complexities of human nature, ambition and determination juxtaposed with the pursuit of power and the inherent fragility of success. Napoleon Bonaparte remains an enduring figure in history, an enigma whose legacy continues to fascinate and captivate generations. After Napoleon's death, his impact on the world did not diminish. The ideas and principles he championed, such as meritocracy and legal equality, endured and influenced political thought well into the 19th and 20th centuries. The spread of the Napoleonic Code across Europe, through territories under French influence, planted the seeds for modern legal systems in many countries. Furthermore, Napoleon's conquests and the administrative reforms he implemented had significant effects on the countries he conquered. The territories under French rule experienced a wave of modernization, with improved infrastructure, educational systems, and governmental institutions. Although these changes were often imposed upon the conquered nations, they nonetheless contributed to the spread of Enlightenment ideals and influenced future political developments. The Napoleonic Wars and the subsequent Congress of Vienna significantly reshaped the geopolitical landscape of Europe. The Congress aimed to restore a balance of power and redraw the boundaries of European states in the aftermath of Napoleon's defeat. In conclusion, Napoleon Bonaparte was a complex and multifaceted historical figure who left an enduring impact on the world. His military brilliance, political acumen, and ambitious vision reshaped Europe's political landscape, leaving a legacy that continues to influence politics, law, and culture to this day. While his achievements and reforms were profound, his legacy is also marred by the immense human suffering caused by his wars and the authoritarian nature of his rule. The debate surrounding his impact on history and the world is likely to continue as historians and scholars explore the many facets of this enigmatic figure. Napoleon Bonaparte's life and legacy serve as a reminder of the complexities of human nature and the profound consequences of ambition and power on a global scale.